I don't drink anymore. Yeah, it was a long time ago, okay? It's times like these that I kind of wish I did, just so that I could help kick Anheuser-Busch off the cliff. I personally couldn't be happier about the way this is going, and I'm kind of impressed. Honestly, this entire thing is really taken off, and I think the company that makes Bud Light is starting to feel it, or they will start to feel it. We're on that subject though, so I'd like to take a moment to kind of explain exactly what is happening here, because I've been seeing a lot of the naysayers and the critics on the Liberty side dragging the effort down a little bit. They're kind of the reason that these things usually don't really take off. So I'd like to explain what this is so that everybody is on the same page. But to do that, we need to know what the overall goal is. And the goal of this is to hurt Anheuser-Busch. The injury that we inflict on them is not only retribution and vengeance, but it also makes a much broader point to the other companies that would push this trans gay garbage on us. One common detractive argument that I hear is, well, what about this company? What about that company? You know, they're also pushing the same agenda. Okay, yep, we know. And we don't care right now, because this isn't about all companies. Not yet. This is about one. This isn't about the general boycott of woke bullshit. This is targeted, and this is the right way to do it. Now, we can't really try and be successful at mobilizing a giant effort to go after them all. It would be cool if we could, but that's just not really feasible. Now, if you want to try and do that and boycott whoever you want, you go ahead, and I fully support your decision. But that's not what this particular effort is all about. This is about using fear to affect change. This isn't waging total war on a massive scale. This is guerrilla warfare. And why do we need to do it this way? We're heavily outnumbered and outgunned, okay? We're fighting an uphill battle against these massive corporations and ultimately the deep state itself. If that sounds like a battle that is almost impossible to win, then you would be correct. The key word there being almost. It is winnable. You just have to use the right tactics and not throw yourself at the front lines with no thought to strategy. If you know how guerrilla warfare works, then you know what I'm talking about. Imagine the volunteers, the Americans, fighting the Revolutionary War. They were fighting a massive, well-equipped and well-funded army, the British Army. They very quickly learned that fighting on British terms led to outright defeat against the opponent that they were up against. Now, instead of throwing up their hands and throwing themselves at the front lines of their foe, they started fighting smarter. They started using fear and terror to weaken the enemy. Hit and run tactics, right? Picking off junior officers from concealed positions, random attacks on smaller targets. All of these actions served to weaken the British forces. And it also gave the regular army soldiers an entirely new danger to worry about. Never knowing when an attack might come and what kind of attack it would be served to weaken the British soldiers' resolve. And that could only help when it came time to fight the real main battles. The Bud Light thing? Very same idea. We don't wage total war. We target one of the officers and target them relentlessly. We do as much damage as we can and create an atmosphere of dread for all of the other companies that would and are doing the same. We want them all to be looking over their shoulders, wondering if they do this, could they be next? Yes, they most certainly could. And some of them will be next. But right now, they aren't it. Anheuser-Busch is it. And I'm loving it. See, when it comes to this kind of fight, you have to be ruthless and relentless. You lock on to your target and you go after that target until it is destroyed. So buy Nike, drink Jack Daniels, go load up on Coors, do whatever you want with the other companies. because they aren't what we're after right now. We're after one. I really hope this continues personally and that it only gets worse from here, because they absolutely deserve it. And why do they deserve it? Because we're sick of this bullshit. If you want to go dress up like a woman and dance around on stage somewhere, it's not illegal. Have at it. If you want to try and say you are something that you are not, man to woman, woman to man, woman to dumpster, man to office desk, whatever, do your thing. Do I support you? No. Nope, not even a little bit. I think you're mentally deranged and you are a complete fool. But if you want to be foolish, go ahead. If you want me to play along with your delusions, that's going to be a big solid negative. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I respect your decision, because I most certainly do not. Or you, for that matter. You don't deserve respect. Nobody does. Respect is earned. If you can't figure that out, that ain't my problem. I'll refer to you however I damn well please, and if you don't like it, then you probably shouldn't engage with me on any level. You can live in your own make-believe world or whatever, and I'll live in reality. I'm not asking you to agree to disagree. I'm telling you that I don't care if you agree with me or reality or not. All of that being what it is, it changes drastically when you involve children. The sexualization of children is evil. You can live in your twisted little fetish world, but you don't get to bring the innocent into that world with you. I'm a classical liberal, so my views of laws is that we have way too many of them. But there are some laws that I know we need. Protecting the innocent is a basic reason for having laws. Without basic law and order, we don't have a civilization. So you can do what you want, but leave the children out of it. If you can't do that, then you don't deserve to be a part of society. Ever. Period. No forgiveness, no redemption. So get your freak on. Whatever. Go play dress up. I don't care. Go on and cut your hair. Try to tell yourself how special you are and all of that garbage that you like to say to yourself. If I see you, I'll point and laugh. You can do the same to me if you want. You're free to do it. It's whatever, man. I believe in freedom, and that includes the freedom to succeed or fail. And if I see you failing on purpose, I'm gonna write you off as a degenerate lunatic and go on about my life. I give zero f***s about your need to be validated in your lived experience or whatever. Do you. I'll do me. Don't touch the kids though. I mean it. So all of you woke companies out there, you are free to succeed or fail too. Reap the rewards or reap the consequences. As for those consequences though, you might want to pay attention to what is happening right now to one of your own. You might say this concerns you. Good day.